All right on time here. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Coach and players for being here. We got Hampden-Sydney here with us now for our press conference, our Friday press conferences. Hampden-Sydney now 31-2 this season. You'll be the home team tomorrow. Their path through the tournament, we can redo this. They defeated LaRoche 98-61. Farmingdale State 72-51. They beat Rowan 91-76. Nebraska Wesleyan 68-60, and then yesterday knocked off Guilford 62-57. This is their second national championship game appearance. The previous was 1999 in Salem. Coach, we'll take some questions, comments from you, then we'll take questions.
Sure. That first appearance, if you guys know, he played Platteville. I think it was Tony Shaver was the coach. Bill Bryan was the Platteville coach. There's very cool history there with Hampden-Sydney in the national championship. But we feel very blessed. We were just talking about it today in practice. You know how amazing this is. You know, this is our last practice. You know, and this is our last possible practice. It's the last one we could get to, and how great it's been as a group to be together. And all the guys were praising each other. It was a pretty special moment out there, and we're very thankful to be at this point. You know, I think we don't take it for granted, and we're excited to see what we can do tomorrow.
For any of you guys, this is a team that's been largely together for a couple of years, building towards this. What does it mean to kind of see the end of the line for what you've been working on?
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. I mean, you know, a lot of us have played together for 3 or 4 years now, and I think it's just been great, you know, to see all the hard work that we've put in, you know, all the blood, sweat, and tears, I guess, you know, finally pay off, and, you know, have an opportunity to compete one last time tomorrow is pretty special for us.
And I'm sorry I didn't introduce the players. Working away from me, Chase Turner, Josiah Hardy, and Alex Elliott. Sorry about that. Thank you for that. Anybody else next? Next up, right there.
So, coach and players, it's a home game in name only, right? This building couldn't be much different from what you're playing in back home, and of course, we expect 3,000, maybe 4,000 screaming Trine fans in the building. What are you thinking about going into that?
I'm thinking about I'd much rather play in front of a big crowd than an empty gym. I mean, I think it's you know, that's what makes this so special. I mean, and we can't do anything about it. I mean, we can't do anything that we're here and they're close by, but we're very excited about it, that it's going to be a packed house, and you know, we plan to feed off that energy.
I just want to kind of piggyback off of what Coach Kimbrough said, as far as just, I feel like through all the things that we've gone through over the past 4 to 5 years, together it's kind of shaped us for this moment. I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way, as far as Coach Kimbrough was saying. I'd rather play in front of 4,000 than 1,000, so it's just like, as many people come, we'll be ready.
Chase, I'm interested. Obviously, everybody talks just another game, we're taking it one at a time, but like this is still a big situation. How long did it take to settle in the game yesterday before it felt like it just a normal basketball game?
Honestly, of course, we play Guilford. Usually we play them twice, 2 to 3 times a year. So that was our second time playing them, and so we kind of knew what to expect coming in. You know, felt like a football game, and you know, but I feel like that's one thing about our team. We're versatile. So if it's going to be a up and down type of game, we can play that. It's going to be a football game, we can play that. So I just feel like it was important for us to kind of set the tone in the beginning of the game and kind of feel it out. So probably the first few minutes, but after that, I feel like we got to go.
Josiah, was there a moment this season when you kind of realized this team was something special, like we can really go a long ways?
Yeah, honestly, probably when I first got here, my freshman year, that was like just like the group of guys that we had, and then you know this past season, you know, we were able to take a trip to Costa Rica, and majority of the upperclassmen went on the trip, and you know just spending time with them and just talking things out, like talking like our goals out, and realizing like we could really do something, you know, just really help build that trust and carry that over to the fall and to the season. I mean, it was just like music. Everything was just flowing.
Alex, Chase, you want to follow up with that?
I mean, I don't really have much else to say. Josiah kind of hit the nail on the head there.
That's all right. That's good. Yes.
Caleb, initial thoughts on Trine? Obviously, they're a great team. It's been a big season, but you're not gonna give us your scouting report, but just from what you saw yesterday of trying, your thoughts?
I was gonna ask you guys if you could help us out with a little scouting report. No, it's a quick turnaround, but they're very talented. They move the ball so well. And they play so well together. Got the big guy in the middle that rim protects on the defensive end. Their guard play is, I feel like, exceptional. So I do feel like we match up well with them because we have guys that can defend several different positions. We have to make sure that the big guys inside, don't kill us, and to be, not just go in there and throw stuff up. I mean, I think they do a good job of protecting the rim and making it difficult on you. But I do think we just saw a defensive team that was about as difficult as you're going to see. But I think we approach every game the same way. I mean, we're dialed into, I think, ways we want to attack them and what we need to do to try to slow them down. But they have a lot of different weapons, and watching them is, we had practice today and we had a breakdown from yesterday's game. But there's a lot more film we need to watch before we go into walkthrough tomorrow. It's going to give us some more clarity, I think.
I want to follow up on that, Coach, because it's a quick turnaround, but it's not as quick as the previous 2 weekends, and it's not as quick as the ODAC tournament. So I guess one of the questions I was going to ask is, did you guys have a scout on trying prepared coming into today, or are you taking it fresh, or how does that work?
We just walk into these things, blind, roll it out. No,
I was wondering if it was different with the day off in
that's
between.
right.
I know someone's doing that.
Look, I have 2 assistants right now, Bryson Gibson and Carson Long. They're as good as they get. I typically do not look ahead at all, but they do. And so they split up what could potentially have been either of our opponents and broke it down. So we got to work last night a little bit, and then all morning this morning. We had an idea, but we didn't talk about it until late last night.
Thank you.
I didn't see if you guys were in to watch the other game and see any of them in person. I just know for me, Trine looked a lot bigger in person than they had on film. I didn't know if having the chance to see them physically here before you get to play them had any difference on what your preparation was.
Honestly, not really. I mean, there's always a team that looks big, on film, but nothing like surprising.
Yeah, I just want to add to that. As far as just seeing them in person, of course, we see like the heights and stuff, and then see them in person, it's a little different. But like one thing that I feel like Coach Kimber always says, like as far as when we finish our walkthrough days of games, it's always more about us. I feel like we try and have that mindset always going into whatever game we be playing the Los Angeles Lakers, and it's always about us.
Guys, teams combined yesterday to shoot 24% from 3. Is that something it's a bigger building, the shooting background, you just kind of accept that, hey, the shooting is maybe not going to be as easy? I don't know. You tell me. I'm asking the shooters here.
I mean, part of it was that, but also part of it's the defense. I mean, that's 2 of the best defensive teams in the country going at it. And I mean, some baskets were hard to come by at times. But yeah, I mean, it's just 2 great defensive teams going at it, I feel like.
He was asking the shooters.
But Coach, you're not really thinking, is that not an issue at all?
I don't get to shoot, so Jim looks great to me. No, we just look. I don't think you can overthink it.
Okay.
I mean, we're all playing on the same court. I agree with you. It's a big gym, elevated ceiling. It's really neat. I mean, at Fort Wayne, we're used to being in Salem, which is right down the road. So we're kind of partial to that being the Final Four spot. But this has been amazing. I think the staff and the gym, everything's been great. And I did think we had a little nerve going into yesterday's game. I don't know if it was more the gym or just maybe having a little bit of nerve. Once we settled in, I thought it was just fine.
You guys were the best of the day, 29.4%.
There we go.
Just gonna ask you, you're facing a really good shot blocker coming up, especially for the guards. It seemed like almost Trinity guys were thinking twice about it after you got a few. What's the mindset going in when you know you've got a really talented shot blocker in the middle?
You guys want me to hit it?
I got it. Yeah, I mean, when there's a shot blocker down there, you gotta definitely be a little bit unpredictable with your movements. But honestly, we're just gonna attack it, be confident, trust each other, and then miss and get the rebound. Yeah. So.
I mean, yeah, obviously he's really effective down there. But like Josiah said, I think, you know, just for us, it's being confident, being aggressive, and, I mean, yeah, he's good, but I mean, we're just gonna go in there and do our thing, so.
Anybody else? Last chance. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, coach and players.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.